Okay, good morning, class 11th. We are going to start with the reading of the chapter, The Address. Yesterday I sent you the journal summary of the chapter, and today we are going to start with the line to line reading of the chapter. So, I told you this is the story divided into two parts, but when the chapter starts, it is post war situation, right? So, do you still know me? I asked. I here stands the narrator, who was a small girl at the time of this happening, and now she is a grown up one. After growing up, now she is writing this for us. So, do you still know me? I asked. The narrator asked. The woman looked at me searchingly, as if she was just trying to find out something in me. She looked at me. She had opened the door a chink, just a little bit. She opened the door. I came closer and stood on the step. The narrator was outside the door, on the doorstep, and the lady was at the door. She asked, "No, I don't know you." She simply replied. She refused to recognize. "No, I don't know. I am Mrs. S. daughter. The visitor has given her identification. I am Mrs. S. daughter." She held her hand on the door as though she wanted to prevent it opening any further, as if she doesn't want the door should open, the whole door should open. So her face gave absolutely no sign of recognition. Even though there was no expression on the face, as if she knew me, she kept staring at me in silence. If she doesn't know me, why she was staring at me continuously in silence? This was a question in my mind. Perhaps I was mistaken. So I thought maybe I was at a wrong address. I have rung the wrong bell. Maybe I thought perhaps it isn't her. It isn't her. This house is not her to whom I have come to meet. I had seen her only once. Her hair stands to the particular lady whose house at particular address where I have come. I have seen her only one, fleetingly, without paying any attention, and that was years ago, and that is also long time back. So it was most probable, there was a possibility, there was a chance that I had rung the wrong bell. Maybe I have come to the wrong address. The woman let go of the door and stepped to aside. The woman left the door, got aside. She was wearing my mother's grey knitted cardigan. But what I saw, the cardigan which she was wearing, I recognized that. That cardigan belongs to my mother. The color, the design, the pattern, I recognized. The wooden buttons even were rather pale from washing. If you are having some wooden button on some clothes and you regularly wash it, the wooden buttons they turn pale. So she was not. She saw that I was looking at the cardigan. When she saw that I have recognized the cardigan, the green woolen cardigan knitted by my mother she was wearing, she did and half hid herself again behind the door. She tried to hide herself behind the door, but I knew now that I was right. But now there was no chance for any mistake. I could understand that I was right. I was not at the wrong place. This is the right address. Well, you knew my mother? I asked another question. If you don't know me, you must be knowing my mother. Have you come back? Just imagine, underline this line. If I don't recognize anyone, if I don't know somebody, why should I ask the question, "Have you come back?" That means she knew. Said the woman, "I thought that no one had come back." What she said, I was thinking nobody had come back. All have died in the war. The narrator told, "Only me. I have come back." The door opened and closed in the passage behind her. Somebody else was there in the house. A door was opened. A musty smell emerged. A very bad smell was coming out of that. I regret I can't do anything for you. The lady said, things are in quotes. I really feel sorry. I can't help you. Next line is also in commas. I have come here specially on the train. I wanted to talk to you for a minute, a moment. It's not convenient for me now. The lady was not trying to indulge in any conversation with the girl. She doesn't even want to. She said, I don't have any time. Said the woman, I can't see you. I can't meet you now. Another time. Come some other time. Next time, she nodded and consciously, very knowingly, very carefully closed the door as though no one inside the house should be disturbed. Very slowly, she just closed the door as though nobody should be disturbed at the home. I stood where I was on the step. Now, the lady closed the door. The narrator was standing outside where she was. The curtain in front of the bay window moved. Upside Upstairs there was a bay window where a curtain just moved. Oh, someone stared at me and would then have asked, maybe somebody wanted to know what I wanted. Oh, nothing. The woman would have said it was nothing. I looked at the nameplate again. Outside I was standing. I just read the address. It said Darling in black letters on white enamel. On white paint with black color it was written, and on the jam. Jam is called a round plate, iron plate, which is hung at the door. Jam a bit higher. The number 46. As I walked slowly back to the station. Now, obviously, she was to come back home. She was at the station when nobody was there to pay attention. She was coming back. I thought about my mother. I was thinking about my mother because she died in the war, who had given me the address years ago. She has given me the address. It had been in the first half of the war when she gave me the address. I was home for few days and it struck me immediately when I came back home for few days. Maybe she was in the hostel or sometimes something like that, that something or the other about the rooms had changed. Something was missing from the rooms, from the walls. I missed various things. My mother was surprised that how I recognized so soon. I should have noticed so quickly. Then she told me about Mrs. Darling. I had never heard of her, but now what I saw, she was an old acquaintance of my mother. Acquaintance is an old friend, old relative, old known somebody. So I thought maybe she was an old acquaintance of my mother whom she had seen for years. Just say maybe they haven't met for years. She had suddenly turned up. Again she has come back from somewhere now and renewed their contact. Their friendship, their relation, their meeting, their conversations are renewed. Since then she had come regularly and now she started coming regularly to our home. So I'm going to stop here. After this you will just watch the video very carefully, try to understand the words, the language is very simple, the emotions in the chapter. In the next video we will continue. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.